Welcome to CoServ Electric's 81st Annual Meeting. I have been told that we have a quorum based on this year's voting results, so I will now call this meeting to order. My name is Bill Ragsdale. I live in Flower Mound, and I am your director from District 6. I also have the honor of serving as chairman of the CoServ Electric Board of Directors. Due to continued uncertainty and the ever-changing recommendations and requirements across the state, coupled with the timelines related to notification for our director election, this meeting is being broadcast live from CoServ headquarters in Corinth. We welcome you to this annual meeting and hope that you find it both informative and of interest to you, our member owners. At this time, I would like to call on Chris McCraw, our vice chairman and board member from District 3, to deliver the invocation.
Thank you, Bill. Greetings, everyone. Please join us as we pray. Our Father in heaven, we come to you this afternoon asking for protection for all who serve, for those who have served in the armed forces, who put themselves in harm's way for our sake and for the freedoms that we have today, for those first responders and medical professionals who have sacrificed so much over the past year and a half in the fight against an unseen enemy, for all who toil behind the scenes in jobs that provide food, clothing, shelter, and other needs for those in their communities and for their families. We ask especially for protection for CoServ linemen and gas technicians who face dangers each day as they work in brutal conditions to serve our members and customers. Please let them go home safely at the end of each day to their families. We ask your blessings on all who have struggled or continue to struggle. Help us all look for ways to help those around us every day. And we ask for wisdom for all in leadership positions. We seek your clarity in representing our friends and neighbors in making decisions that are best for our communities. Please keep our hearts and minds focused on serving others. Amen. One of our favorite traditions each year is to have longtime CoServ employee Sherry Floyd sing the national anthem, and we would like to continue it today with a pre-recorded video. So now, as she has for the last 8 years, Sherry will honor us with her version of the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light was so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the Rockies' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flags were still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Hello, everyone. My name is Trisha Sheffield. I live in Louisville, and I'm your District 5 Director. I'm also the Secretary-Treasurer of the CoServ Electric Board of Directors, and I'm responsible for ensuring that notice of this 2021 annual meeting was mailed in a timely manner in accordance with the company's bylaws. The bylaws require that written notice be delivered not more than 30 days nor less than 10 days before the meeting date. On May 14, 2021, Survey and Ballot Systems mailed ballot packages to all eligible CoServ members as of the record date of April 19th. The mailing included notice that the 2021 meeting would be conducted June 10th at 2 p.m. at CoServ headquarters in Corinth, Texas. I have before me a mailing certificate stating that the notice of the annual membership meeting was mailed in a timely manner pursuant to CoServ's bylaws. And now I'd like to turn the meeting back over to our chairman.
Thank you, Trisha. I would now like to formally introduce the CoServ Electric Board of Directors. From McKinney, District 3 Director and Vice Chair, Chris McCraw. From Louisville, District 5 Director and Secretary Treasurer, Trisha Sheffield. From Sanger, District 1 Director, Richard Muir. From Pilot Point, District 2 Director, Leon Pelzel. From Little Elm, District 4 Director, Mark Rutledge. From Justin, District 7 Director, Curtis Talley. And again, I am District 6 Director and Board Chairman, Bill Ragsdale. On behalf of the entire board, we thank you for letting us serve you, our fellow CoServ members. CoServ is a special place, and we feel privileged to be a part of it. Additionally, I would like to introduce CoServ's President and CEO, Donnie Clary, and our General Counsel, Kevin Haney. Mr. Haney will now provide a report regarding the director election.
Thank you, Bill. Good afternoon. My name is Kevin Haney, and I'm CoServ's General Counsel and with the McGinnis Lockridge Law Firm. This afternoon, I will be announcing the voting results for the items of business that are before the membership at this meeting, which are, first, approval of the 2020 annual and special meeting minutes, and second, election of directors for Districts 1 and 5. Again this year, the law firm of Richards, Elder, and Gibson served as the independent third-party election official with assistance from the election firm Survey and Ballot Systems to administer the director nomination election process and to receive, validate, and count the mail and electronic ballots and certify the vote count. To transact business at this member meeting, CoServ's bylaws require that 1, a quorum, which is 1% of the members as of the record date for the meeting, be present as determined by valid mail and electronic ballots received, and 2, each item of business be decided by a majority vote. For this afternoon's meeting, the required number for a quorum is 2,326 members. At this meeting, we have 12,221 members present as represented by valid mail and electronic ballots received. So, as Mr. Ragsdale indicated earlier, we do have a quorum for this meeting and can transact business. With respect to approval of the 2020 annual meeting minutes, a total of 11,698 members voted to approve those minutes, which is a majority, so the 2020 annual meeting minutes are approved. With respect to approval of the 2020 special meeting minutes, a total of 11,683 members voted to approve those minutes, which is also a majority, so the 2020 special meeting minutes are also approved. Now, with respect to the director elections, in District 1, Richard Muir is the incumbent director and ran unopposed. In District 5, Trisha Sheffield is the incumbent director and also ran unopposed. With respect to the voting in the director elections, a total of 10,339 members voted in the District 1 director election, and Mr. Muir obviously received 100% of those votes since he ran unopposed. A total of 10,755 members voted in the District 5 director election, and likewise, Mrs. Sheffield received 100% of those votes since she ran unopposed. So based on the director voting results, Mr. Muir is elected as the District 1 director, and Mrs. Sheffield is elected as the District 5 director, with both serving a 4-year term. Congratulations to both of you. On behalf of CoServ Electric and its directors, I want to thank each of you that took the time to vote this year. I'll now turn the meeting back over to Mr. Clary.
Thank you, Kevin, for providing the election results. And I, too, would like to congratulate the winners and hope they look forward to the next 4 years of service. I also would like to thank all of you, our members, who voted this year. A democratically elected board of directors is just one of the many things that makes membership in a cooperative special and very different from being a customer of another utility provider. At this time, we invite you to enjoy a brief video.
Committed, connected, CoServ. These are more than just words. They are the beliefs that have guided CoServ for years. They are the beliefs that got us all through 2020 and the first half of 2021. And despite the challenges we all face during this time, they are the reason there's still so much to celebrate moving forward. Through all the uncertainty and new normals, one thing you could always count on was CoServ. Not only as your electric and natural gas utility, but as a cornerstone of your community. The pandemic disrupted lives. It turned our economy upside down. Businesses had to adapt. Suddenly, people had their income reduced, or worse, eliminated. Schools had to completely change the way they operated. Families were impacted everywhere, in every way possible. When our neighbors are hurting, you can count on CoServ to be there, working with our community partners to find a solution. Committed, connected. In response to the overwhelming needs of our members and customers, the CoServ Charitable Foundation created the CCF COVID-19 Emergency Relief Fund early in the pandemic. This foundation provided $527,000 to North Texas social service agencies in 2020. That money helped you, CoServ members and customers, with rent, mortgage, utilities, and food at a time when you needed it most. When the pandemic prevented traditional graduation ceremonies, CoServ partnered with Texas Motor Speedway and several North Texas school districts to have socially distanced ceremonies on the racetrack. Over a 2-week period, 13,500 seniors received their diploma at the finish line. Committed, connected. CoServ upgraded its payment, billing, and outage management system in January 2020, which included the launch of SMARTHUB. This technology made it easier for you to track daily electricity usage, pay your bill, and report outages. Inside CoServ, this tool made it more efficient for crews to track power outages in the field and allowed customer care specialists to work from their homes locally. Neighbors helping their neighbors and ensuring that CoServ's high-quality service continued despite the pandemic. Technology upgrades also made it possible for CoServ to launch 2 new electric rates in March of this year. These are designed to fit your lifestyles. Summer savings could help your budget if you can shift your electricity usage away from the hottest part of the day during the summer. If solar is your draw, our new solar savings rate may be for you. It allows you to enjoy the environmental benefits of solar power without having to purchase, finance, or maintain solar panels on your roof. Offering these new options is just another way we're using technology and innovation to better serve you, our members. Committed, connected. CoServ also maintained its ranking as the most reliable utility in Texas and finished 2020 with the best reliability score in the company's history. The average CoServ member was without power for less than 30 minutes in 2020. And when the winter storm bore down on all of Texas, cooperatives outperformed retail providers across the state, according to consumers of both. CoServ continued to lead the way even in the most difficult of circumstances. Even through ERCOT-mandated rotating outages, your dedicated linemen, gas service technicians, and support teams braved freezing temperatures, horrendous road conditions, and long work hours to keep power and gas flowing to your homes and businesses. We are indebted to them for their selfless dedication. Those winter storms caused many to question the state's plan for providing electricity and gas in the face of extreme weather events. The Texas power system is complicated and under scrutiny. Yet CoServ continues to hold high standards to the portion of the grid for which we are responsible. Though it couldn't be avoided in some instances, our modern, well-maintained system helped to minimize the storm's negative impact on you. Doing what is best for our members is what we will always do. It is the cooperative way. In fact, in response to many of your questions during these trying times, we are launching a new series, Ask CoServ, this month on our website and social media channels. These short videos will respond to your questions and concerns with clarity and honesty, the way CoServ has always communicated with you. The challenges we have all faced over the past several months do not define us, but they do show that we are better when we work together. They've shown us why being committed is so important. They've shown us why being connected is vital. They've shown us why we're CoServ. We are a power company, but we're a people company first. Committed, connected, CoServ.
Well, hello everyone. Andy Eads here, your Denton County Judge, and I'm also a very proud member of CoServ. You know, when I think about businesses here in the county that are committed to this community, I instantly think of CoServ. And there's so many examples, especially this last year, how CoServ demonstrated their commitment to our community and to our county and to its members. I think back to the spring of 2020 when the Denton County Commissioners Court was working very hard to implement a business grant program. We realized that so many of our businesses across the county were in very tough financial situations, and we wanted to do an online grant application, and I instantly called CoServ because I thought y'all have such a great online portal with your foundation and your grants that you award. Thank you so much for that grant program and that partnership. Again, you helped us save Denton County thousands of dollars that we could roll back into our local businesses here across Denton County. And I also think about the wonderful partnership that CoServ had with the hands-on feeding program for all of our workers and volunteers at Texas Motor Speedway. We realized that the operation of that magnitude has set national records, that it was going to take many hands to make much work light. And CoServ helped us with that by being on site from morning to night, feeding over 400 workers and volunteers that came from across America here to Denton County to Texas Motor Speedway. And CoServ and their wonderful employees were actually the welcome wagon with coffee and donuts and snacks and lunch throughout the morning and afternoon. And we could not have done the wonderful vaccinations, over 400,000 vaccinations right here in Denton County without our wonderful partners at CoServ. And obviously, we have to think back to February. I call that week Snowmageddon because it was just a horrible week professionally and in the lives of so many of our residents and businesses. But I'll tell you, I put CoServ at the top of the list for our utility companies that Denton County had to work with. Myself and our emergency management department had daily and continuous meetings with our mayors and city managers, our emergency management department, our state partners, and obviously our utility companies. And CoServ was at the top of the list. It's the partnership, it's the communication, and it's the sense of community that CoServ has. It continues to demonstrate, not only in 2020, but in 2021, and I know in the past and in the future to come. Thank you, CoServ, for allowing me to speak at your annual meeting.
I hope you enjoyed the video, and I would like to thank Judge Eads for those kind words. The theme for this year's annual meeting is Committed, Connected, CoServ. Much of what I will visit with you about today highlights CoServ's commitment to our members and our communities, as well as the connections we continue to make. Once again this year, circumstances beyond our control have me visiting with all of you remotely via a computer screen, tablet, phone, or a monitor. This is the world we live in today. It doesn't matter if you're at the office or at home, or if those are one and the same. the past year has shown we must and can adapt to survive. Restaurants adapted the way they operate. Schools adapted the way they educate students. We all found new ways to remain connected. And at CoServ, we too adapted to face these challenges. But one thing did not change: our commitment to our members, a commitment that started over 80 years ago. I often remind our employees, we're not just a power company, we are a people company. We deliver more than reliable electric and gas service. So, we helped several small businesses apply for grants that kept them going during the pandemic. We help school districts keep teachers feeling safe and appreciated with protective gear as they open schools back up during uncertain times. And we helped many of our members keep food on the table and a roof over their head through support provided to local social service agencies by the CoServ Charitable Foundation and our COVID Relief Fund. Committed, connected, CoServ. For many years now, you've heard me talk about the incredible customer growth we experience, and 2020 was no exception. Even in the midst of a global pandemic, CoServ continued to see record growth as new members moved to North Texas. In 2020, CoServ added more new members than any other time in our history. There is no way we could have imagined this type of growth would continue, much less increase, at the start of the pandemic. But that record growth in 2020 seems so long ago after the events of early 2021. Never has our commitment to our members and the communities we serve been tested more than it was in February. And none of us will ever forget that week and the lasting impacts left by the storm. You are a member of one of the most reliable utility systems in the nation. We have some of the highest reliability factors of any utility. CoServ didn't become one of the most reliable utilities in the nation without a focused commitment. CoServ invests in our infrastructure. We design and operate our distribution system to high reliability standards. Drone technology allows us to inspect power lines quicker and safer, spotting potential pitfalls before an outage occurs. Mobile video technology allows us to see equipment and view repairs in real time on site, so there's less lag time on meeting our members' needs. You see, reliable and safe aren't just words at CoServ. They are the standard for how we operate daily. So while these innovations help us make delivering power to homes and businesses even more reliable, it also has allowed us to become even safer while delivering that energy. And the safety of our employees, our members, and the public is a priority. When we got the mandate from ERCOT to institute rotating outages in February in order to protect the state's power generation and transmission facilities, we complied, even though curtailing the flow of power to our members runs counter to our commitment to reliability. Our job is to keep the lights on, not turn them off. But your board and the employees of this cooperative did an exceptional job managing CoServ's electric distribution system through an event that was beyond our ability to control. This storm was the focus of the Texas legislative session until its recent closure. The legislature considered numerous proposals related to the winter storm. They considered repricing energy sold during a portion of the storm, but in the end took no action. Legislation was passed and signed by the governor to reform ERCOT and the Texas Public Utility Commission. Additionally, legislation was passed to improve weatherization of power and generation and transmission facilities. As the governor stated, he believes this legislation will prevent any other power grid failure in the future and fix all the flaws that led to the power failures. During the storm, our power supplier, Brazos Electric, could not meet its obligations to supply power to its 16 members, including CoServ, from the power plants it operates. This left Brazos short on energy at a time when prices were at the highest levels allowed by ERCOT and the PUC, and led to Brazos filing for bankruptcy in March. It appears the bankruptcy court will make the final determination regarding amounts owed by Brazos from the storm. But hear this, I fully recognize our members are concerned and want to know the impact on their energy bills. We want the same information too. It is our commitment to remain persistent, transparent, and thoughtful as we address that challenge going forward, especially as we address our financial responsibilities on behalf of our members. We are committed to do what we can to protect our members from the impacts of the record electricity prices seen in February. Committed, connected, CoServ. We continue to offer options to help our members manage their ever-changing budgets. The new rate plans outlined in the video provide our members with 2 new rate options, a more environmentally friendly power option and the ability to reduce your bills if you can adjust when you use energy. And if you need a better explanation on how the new solar and summer savings options benefit you, there's always a dedicated customer care representative eager to help you. Our customer service has always set us apart, and never was this more apparent than the past year. We heard from members who appreciated that our customer care reps were still in town, some of them working from home, even down the street from other members, eager to help them set up a payment plan or answer a billing question. CoServ also received high marks from numerous city and county leaders, along with corporate executives from some of our largest partners and accounts, for the consistent and informative communication before and after the storm. In fact, this standout communication led to CoServ being invited to serve on an emergency preparedness committee at the county level to make sure our counties and communities are ready heading into the Texas summer. It's an honor and a privilege to be a CoServ employee, to work for a board of directors that is committed to you, our members, and to serve alongside 475 dedicated CoServ employees who take pride in doing things with a cooperative mindset. You know, electric cooperatives were founded in the 1930s as a way for rural communities to band together and power their farms and towns. It was neighbors coming together to provide a basic need for everyone involved. Now, in 2021 and beyond, we are still here coming together to work for our communities, our neighbors, our members. These interesting times may have required CoServ to adapt, but we haven't changed. We remain committed, we remain connected, because this is CoServ.
Thank you, Donnie, for those timely and straightforward remarks. CoServ members who voted in this year's election via mail-in or electronic ballot were entered in a drawing for $100 electric bill credits. After this meeting adjourns, the names of the winners will be displayed on the screen. The names will also be available on CoServ.com following today's meeting. As chairman of the CoServ Electric Board of Directors, I want to thank everyone who took the time to view this meeting, either live or the recorded version. We look forward to the coming year and the opportunities it will provide to us to renew our commitment to serving and connecting in all of our communities. At this time, I officially adjourn the meeting.